Hey guys, my name is Oleg and today I'm gonna show you how to create this very quick and simple blueprint for something like an eye or a turret that looks in the direction of the player. Okay guys, let's start. First of all, we're gonna create a new blueprint and it's gonna be an actor, and let's just call it BP_eye. And if you're planning to have a bunch of those eyes or turrets, you can just create a child blueprint class, so it's much easier afterwards to make changes to the main actor, and the changes will automatically apply to the child actor as well. Okay, let's open the BPI actor, and over here in the viewport, the first thing we're gonna do is adding an arrow. We needed to tell the actor in what direction he should look at. And to the arrow we're gonna bind a static mesh. And it's gonna be a sphere. You can take whatever mesh you want. You can change it over here. And let's call it eye. And the third component we need for this very basic setup is a sphere collision. Let's make the sphere collision a bit bigger, something like this. We need the collision for when the player overlaps it, the eye will start looking at the player, and when we exit it again, the eye will stop moving. A very helpful thing would be to unhide the sphere collision and the arrow so that we can tell when the player enters the sphere collision or what direction the actor is looking at. For that we're gonna select both, and over here we're gonna search for hidden. And hidden in game, we're gonna uncheck it. Let's compile and save, and let's drop our child actor in here. There it is. Okay, let's see how it looks in game. Obviously nothing happens yet. So let's start creating the actual blueprint. Back in our BPI, we're gonna go to the event graph. We don't need that, only the event tick. And yes, I'm using event tick, and if you think that's not the right solution, just let me know in the comments and let me know how you would do it. Okay, from that let's create a gate. And to open the gate, we're gonna go over to the sphere collision and on component begin overlap. Let's connect it to the open, and we're gonna make a condition. So if the other actor equals, in my case it's the player pawn, then we're gonna create a branch, and if it's true, the gate will open. And we're gonna do the same for when the player exits the sphere collision. We're gonna close the gate and the eye will stop moving. So on sphere and overlap, let's just copy those, connect them, and if it's true, it's gonna close the gate. And for the actor to be able to look at the player, we need to set the rotation. So we're gonna go and drag out our arrow and set world rotation. And we're gonna connect it to the exit. And now we need to tell the actor from where it's looking at right now to look at the current position of the player. So from our arrow again, we're gonna drag out and look for get world rotation, and from the get world rotation we're gonna look for an interp r_interp to constant. We also need the world location of the arrow, and from the player pawn we're gonna drag out over here and get the actor location. Let's move this over here. And now we're gonna feed the get world location from the arrow and the get actor location from the player pawn into a find look at rotation. The start will be the get world location and the target will be get actor location. And return value we're gonna put into the target. Now we can connect the return value into the new rotation, compile and save, and it should work. Let's try it out. So when we enter, nope. Okay, because the interpolation speed is 0, so it doesn't move. So we can set it to, I don't know, 2 or maybe 1, because 2 might be too fast. Yes, we also need to set the delta time. Let's set it to 2. And now it will work, I'm pretty sure. Yep, it does work. So we enter and it will turn around slowly. We can go around and it will look at us again. So now what we can do, we can place a bunch of them into the scene. And they will look at the player. And for more visual feedback, we can give them some texture. Okay, now I can tell much better that they're actually rotating. Right now they're moving all with the same speed, but we can change that with construction script. First of all, we need to create a variable, and let's call it turn speed, and it's gonna be a float. We can make it also public. Let's drag it in, get it, and connect it to the interpolate speed. And now we can set the turn speed to a value we want, and let's say to 3. It's going to be very fast. They almost immediately look at the player. But we can also do this with the construction script, as I said. Let's go back into the blueprint and over to construction script. And over here we're gonna drag it out, get turn speed, set turn speed. And we're gonna look for a random float in range. And it's gonna be from, let's say, 0.5 to 2. And you can see the construction script changed the turn speed over here automatically. If I click this one, it's 1.7, this one is 1.6, and this one is 0.9. Let's see how it looks. This one is quite fast, this one is much slower. And yeah, that's how you bring some more randomization to things like that. And as for now, they are all looking in the same direction, which is not very interesting, so we can change that as well, and we can give them a random rotation upon starting the game. So we need an event begin play. And we need the arrow again. Let's drag it out. And we're gonna set world rotation. We're gonna split this pin, and we need the Z axis. And again, we're gonna drag it out and look for a random float in range. And we're gonna set it from minimum 0 to maximum 360. So right now, here in the editor, you're not gonna see any changes, but when the game starts, you will see the difference. This one looks over here, this one over here, and this one over there. And now they're all turning to me again. So yeah, that's it. I hope it was useful for you, and if it was, just leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want more tutorials like this. I'm very glad to share my project with you guys, and if you find something interesting and you want to know how to do it, just let me know in the comments and I will try to help you.